Tribe of Names. We wanted to show you some of the guitar madness that's going on in the new album. I thought I would start off with this song called White Nile. That was the first thing that Simon played for me to kind of entice me to join the band, and he did a great job because I loved the song as soon as I heard it. The thing was that they were already playing this song. It was done deal. And so I had to come up with guitar parts for it that fit sort of over the top and in between what everybody else was already doing, because I didn't want to mess up anybody else's day. I had to really pull some stuff from very different influences, so the guitar part is a very interesting combination of things. So I want to show you that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a playthrough of the thing, and so I'll show you a little bit of it, stop, talk about how I did that part, show you a little bit more, stop, talk about how I did that part. It'll be some good fun. I don't even know what I'm going to say yet, so we'll learn together. Starts out nice and quiet, which gives me an opportunity to do my favorite thing, which is make whale noises on the guitar. Okay, there's a different, I pre-bend that. And then it comes in with this little harmonic thing. All it is classical inspired harp harmonics. So I'm using the pick behind my finger 12 frets above whatever note I'm playing down here. So I can, instead of just playing the note, I can play it as harmonics. And then if I combine that with other notes that I'm picking using my pinky finger, it gives it this kind of nice cascading effect. So I play the first line is, and then there's that goes around the E minor chord. So that just kind of gives it a little texture, a little light belly flavor in that nice buildup that Simon came up with. 90s, there were a lot of songs that used octaves to make the guitars jump out, and I played in a bunch of cover bands in the 90s, so I got pretty handy with that. I don't even know what song that was, but I got pretty handy with doing that. So I hadn't really done it in a while, so I thought that's a pretty good thing to sort of give me some space over this huge wall that the band builds up in that intro. So all I did was map out the chords and kind of find a melody through it. So on and so on. The end of that breaks out into a little bit of a guitar solo. Weird thing about that is that last lick over the E minor chord is an E Phrygian scale. And it's got this completely inappropriate country lick in the middle of it. But it seemed to fit the space nicely, so I left it in there. I played in a country band for a little bit 15 years ago, and all those country licks just kind of pop out of me every so often. I never know when it's going to.
Maybe I was wrong to judge you, and hiding myself away. I'm always breathing. I'm always breathing this life. I'm always breathing. I'm always breathing this life. This life. Where do we go?
For the first verse, there are a million different versions I have recorded of what I was going to play in that verse. I couldn't really decide on anything. At first, I was just playing exactly what Simon was playing. Oops. And that worked, but gave it kind of a nice stereo effect when we played it live. But Simon's already playing that. He's doing a great job, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So I wanted to move up the neck and get out of the way of it. So I came up with this little thing. I love harmonics. So it's 2 harmonics, and then a fretted note, and then the fretted note changes to follow the chord structure. So over the regular G chord, and then when it switches to a G sus, switches to a G minor. This is where things get complicated. And you can hear I've got a delay timed up. That's supposed to be there. It's there on the recording. To give it just a little bit more zip. I don't know. Then it switches to the B section of the verse, and I just came up with these kind of chords again. So I just wanted to add something a little to it texturally, but not take up too much space. So, fun little things to play. I wonder what's next. solo was some work. Again, Simon's songwriting style is very different from mine, and he finds interesting chords to throw in there that don't sound weird, but when you try to play over them, they're very weird. So that guitar solo actually changes key, or the chords that I'm playing over change key. So I had to keep very careful track of that and figure out how to make something melodic fit over it. I think I did okay. It starts out with actually that this was the lick that was there when Simon was playing it. Was the intro lick. And then I sort of just took it and ran from there. That's where the stainless steel frets come in, being able to bend that note, bring it back down, and bring it back up. Whoops. And then I do this little thing that involves an open string. And that's just hammer-ons and pull-offs to the open string. Now this is my favorite part. Another Steve Morse thing. He has this deal where he bends something and just lets it drop out of tune a little bit and then slowly brings it back just to create some tension. So this was a nice ideal place to slip that little trick in. And then this little lick that involves the flat 5. And then this little scale lick that I came up with, it's triplets, but it's 16th note triplets, 8th note triplets, and 16th note triplets again. So that's what the solo looks like. After that, it just goes right out to the end. There's another chorus. That's the other thing. See? I knew if I talked long enough I'd come up with something else. During the choruses, for the intro, I have this sound with a big phaser on it. For the choruses, I want to be a little bit more out of the way of the vocals, so I have the same sound with the phaser cut back and the gain cut way back, and the tone kind of rolled off a little bit. It just blends into the mix a little bit. I don't have to worry about turning down. It just automatically gets out of the way of the vocal. I hope you've enjoyed this trip through the guitar parts of White Nile. If you have, leave me some comments down below. If you've heard other of our songs and you wondered what's happening there, I'd be glad to tell you. We don't really have any secrets in this band. So let me know. Talk to you soon.